Hey guys, it's Izzy and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to talk about the 5 positives I've taken from 2020. Now I feel like at this point everyone's literally written off 2020, which I think is absolutely fine to do. However, I still wanted to take a few positives from it because, I mean, you live and you learn. And I do think, although this year has majoritively been filled with a lot of annoying and negative things, I do still think that there are some positives that have come from this year, and I wanted to kind of reflect on them as we are reaching 2021. As I'm going through my 5 positives of 2020, I challenge you guys to all comment 5 things that you think have been positive that have come from this year, whether it's in your personal life or just in general. Yeah, let me know, 5 things down below. So I'm going to go through mine. All of mine are about my personal life, but like I said, yours can be about anything you like. So the first one is the gym. Now at the start of this year, I think it was about the end of January, start of February, I actually started going to the gym. Now I had always been like, no, I can't do the gym, and had kind of avoided going to the gym. However, I'd always struggled to find a form of exercise that I enjoyed and that I could do to maintain my weight. With wearing prosthetics, it's quite important to keep your weight as minimal as possible, or at least maintain yourself at a level. And so I've kind of always struggled to do that. So I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to maintain a healthy weight. So I bought a gym membership with the intention of going. Thought I would last a few months, and I did, only because they then shut for COVID. But we're on about positives today. So yeah, I went to the gym and they were actually really helpful and helped me work out different exercises I could do. Unfortunately, the gym has been really disrupted this year. However, I'm still really proud of myself that I found something that I enjoy and that gets me all the pros that I was looking for. I feel like I've just finally found that with going to the gym. So yeah, when they reopen again, I will definitely be the first person waiting to go in, as I've really found such a love for it. And yeah, it's something that I really want to try and keep up throughout my life now and in the future. So that is definitely the first one. So I think one main thing I took from the challenges of all corona, the whole challenges of school being from home and everything like that, is that I've actually developed my independent learning skills. With school, I feel like you're kind of babied a little bit. You're really helped and really aided, which is quite useful to a certain extent. However, as I'm going to begin the transition of going to university soon, well hopefully, I think that actually this year has really prepared me for it, because I have got used to remote learning, I've got used to teaching myself, which I think is a little bit more what university will be like in comparison to like school. So yeah, I'm really shocked myself at how motivated I could be to work from home on my own, even with really limited help from school and just being able to use like Google and a textbook. I found that actually I didn't feel like I'd fallen too far behind, and I was still really on top of my learning, which I think is a really good thing to be able to claim that you can do. So yeah, I'm definitely really happy that I've developed them skills, because even though I don't need them currently, I definitely think I'll need them in the future. So I think it's always useful to develop things like that. The next one is definitely my favourite thing that has come from this year, and that is passing my driving test. Now I have been going on about wanting to drive for forever, and in October I actually passed my driving test. So between the 2 lockdowns that the UK had, I managed to learn to drive and pass my driving test, and then we went back into lockdown. So yeah, it all fell into place really well. It was as if it was meant to be, I guess, because yeah, as soon as we came out of the first lockdown, I started driving lessons and really practicing. Obviously having my own car meant that I could go out quite a lot. I had driving lessons once a week throughout the gap between the lockdowns, and then I managed to do my driving test and pass it first time, so I can drive. I think this is just like a skill that everybody needs. It's so useful to be able to drive, and yeah, I think it's just such a long-term skill, so I'm really glad that I was able to achieve it as soon as possible. And I think, yeah, I will always be like 2020 was awful, but without 2020 I wouldn't be able to drive, so I guess we've got to take what it's given us. So yeah, I just think it was meant to be with the driving, being able to learn really quickly in the gap between the lockdowns, like I said, and then being able to pass. I think anyone that's passed this year will definitely be like, you know what, this is a positive from this year, you can't deny that. So the next one you guys don't know about yet. You may have noticed, I've not had anyone comment this yet, but I've certainly noticed. So I'm going to properly talk about it more next year. It's literally in my January video plans. However, you may have heard me mentioning, oh, I have a heat problem, I'm always so hot, it makes me really sweaty, it's disgusting. I've mentioned this for years, and I've lived with it for years, basically ever since I became an amputee. Now, I'm not going to go into it too much, like I said, because I do want to make a whole video about it, because I think that it's something that quite a lot of amputees deal with, and they think it's just how it is. It doesn't have to be like that, you don't have to be hot. I went to my doctors about it, and they have actually found a way to stop my problem. So I literally hardly sweat anymore, and I hardly get to the point where I literally can't breathe because I'm that hot, which before I went to the doctors about it was quite a regular occurrence. I'd get to the point where it would almost push me into like a panic attack because I couldn't breathe, which is really fun. But yeah, I'm so happy that that's managed to be solved, like medically. Yeah, I just think it's something that lockdown made me realise I didn't want to deal with anymore. I think being on your own and with yourself, it's horrible because it makes you realise all these things, and it made me realise how much I really didn't want to live with being that hot all the time. And so that was me praying that there was a solution for that, because otherwise I was actually screwed. But the doctors managed to find one. So yeah, sorry to keep on a bit of a cliffhanger with this one. I am going to talk about it properly. This is quite a recent adjustment and addition to my life, so I kind of wanted to give it a few months just to check that it's not fluky before I properly was like, here's how to solve your problems. But yeah, that's such an exciting one for me. Almost on the daily, I'm like, oh my god, I can do this now that I couldn't before. You may notice I've been wearing my hair down a lot more. And yeah, I can do videos like this, and I don't have to keep stopping because I can't breathe, because I'm too hot, or because I'm like sweating. No, none of that anymore. So yeah, that one's really great. And the last one is a bit more of a career goal. Now, obviously I do YouTube, you know this. However, I do actually have really big career aspirations. I don't know how to say this without like sounding like absolutely pathetic, but I want to be successful. Like, my goal in life is to thrive and to be successful at anything I do. So obviously with YouTube and stuff being my job, it does excite me when things are going well. And over the last few weeks, maybe months, honestly, I have secured some of my most exciting jobs I've ever done. You may see them as they come out, you may not. I can't say anything more about them now, because it's a secret. But yeah, I've managed to sign some amazing jobs, and it excites me so much because I would love to be able to do something like this long term and expand my horizons. I really, really want to create a brand, like a shop, like a brand shop. Me and my friend are sort of planning this at the moment. So yeah, I really want to be able to expand my horizons, so not just be kind of like an influencer. Have more substance to me and have more about me. I really want to start a podcast. I want to start a podcast. When I tell you like I am aspirational, I mean like to the point where I'm like, do you know what? Beyonce, watch your back. I can't even sing, but Beyonce, watch your back. You know? I think some of it, obviously, it's a bit ridiculous, but I think some of my other goals are like, we are working hard, and I think it's great to get recognition from things doing really well, such as a video doing really well, or increasing and reaching like a follower milestone. But I do think being recognised by some amazing brands and getting such like massive jobs with them is always going to excite me. They are my 5 positives from 2020. Don't get me wrong, this year is not great. I mean, I was going to do this video, you know, I was going to be like, do you know what, 5 worst things that have happened this year? And I was like, nobody needs that, because I mean, obviously we've got corona, but other things have happened this year, like in my personal life, that I'm just like, let's not even go into that. You know, this year hasn't been great, so I really wanted to try and flip that around a little bit and say, do you know what, let's not completely write it off, because there have still been successful things. I mean, we've got Trump out of office. So many people are going to hate me for that. Well, don't care. Like I said at the start, let me know down below your 5 positives from 2020. Could literally be anything. I'm really interested to find out what you guys' are. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to give it a like, comment, and also please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!